Welcome everyone to Sunday weekly Dhamma session. Today we have Venerable Bhante Karunananda with us, and the topic is Buddha nature. Venerable Bhante is a Buddhist monk from Bangladesh, currently living in Long Beach, California. He is the founder of California Bodhi Vihar and Bangladesh Buddhist Council of America. May I please request you, Bhante, for today's Dhamma talk?
Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavatu arahato samma sambuddhassa. My homage to the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Thank you, Archana Gadam, for inviting me to give Dhamma talk in your weekly Sunday Dhamma session. And also my respect to Bhante Sumita for initiating Dhamma US organization for the goodness of all. I wish wellness who are listening today's Dhamma. Subject is nature of Buddha, Buddha nature. Actually, our nature, our reality is not different than the Buddha nature. But mostly we are unaware of that. When people ask blessing, we say one, the Buddha's saying, Jayantu Bodhiya Mule Sakyana Nandi Vardhano Evang Tuyang Jaya Hutu Jayasu Jayamangale. You know the Buddha's victory is knowing the root of knowing that brought joy for all, including his second relatives. In the same way, may you all be victorious, realizing the root of realization, knowing the root of knowing. We know the Buddha's quality, the Buddha's 9 quality. I already chanted Bhagavatu, Samma Sambuddho, like Arahatu, all these different name and form of the source realization. Source means source of everything, source of body mind. The Buddha's realization, knowing the root of knowing. This is very important, ultimate knowing. Since our birth, after having a name with this body, for this body form, we experience many things. But we can remember now very few. Most of them we forget. So what we experience, that is impermanent, transient, changeful. And Buddha told, we are not that. Anatta. Anicca, dukkha, anatta. Impermanent. If we hold on to something that is impermanent, it gives suffering. It's stressful. Since our birth, whatever we are knowing, experiencing, all experience is objective and changeful. But from our deeper eye, we can see that whatever we see externally, objectively, from the deeper subject, all objective things, we can't be the object. What we see, what we can touch, what we can listen, what we can taste, we cannot be that. That is our object. But what is the subject? If we know the subject, then we can know our nature. We can know our nature. If we know our nature of body mind, then we can able to know the Buddha nature. That is very important. There are two kinds of knowing. When you are born, given a name, and behind this name, one name, we accumulated many things. After the name, parents' name, school's name, and many things. If we count it after 5 years, if we record and see that, all are changeful. Many things, many experience disappeared. That's why it is very important to know the one in where all accumulation is happening. Depositing all things, all experience. If we know that, then we can we can conduct our mind. Otherwise, we are in the grip of thought. Then, where our thought going, we are also going. That's why it says, identification of single thought lead you to the identification of single thought is the mother of the world, the mother of samsara, cycle of birth and death. Human life is very precious. If we able to make it precious, knowing who we are essentially beyond body and mind. We know in this from the scriptures Buddha's quality, Buddha's attributes. Iti pesu bhagava, we say that is one quality, bhagava. Bhagava is Pali word. In Sanskrit, it is Bhagavan. Means conceptual meaning, the one who broken the bound, Bhagavan. Bound of what? Bound of individuality, bound of persona, person, bound of ego. Who will break the bound of person? It is not possible for the person. We need to have little bit the glimpse who we are really, who we are essentially. Then we can able to shift ourselves from the person to impersonality, universality. Then from the universality, impersonality, we can lead our life. As long as we are here in this conceptual realm, in the samsara, individually we are here. But impersonally, it is that one kind of death of individuality. Means you are not extremely attached to body, not extremely attached to thought. Then you can see your thought, you can manage your emotion from the deeper, the placeless place, that is awareness, consciousness. Then life is joyful, peaceful. This is very, very important. Using this body mind to know our the deeper, in deep down who we are. It is like a sky, a space. A space in the cloud is in the space. Cloud rising and disappearing in a space. If a space unaware of itself, being unaware of itself, hold the cloud, then it becomes cloud. A space is prior to cloud. Cloud made out of a space, emptiness, and disappear also in the emptiness. In the same way, if we hold on to clouds of mind, if our essential nature, the awareness, consciousness, being unaware of itself, hold on to identify that cloud of mind, then it becomes the mind. So liberation means liberate. It is not personal attainment or development. Awakening, enlightenment is liberating from the person, from the ego, from the individuality. So the Buddha nature that I mentioned before, in deep down, we are the Buddha nature. Only problem is mostly we are unaware of that. If we know peace, joy, happiness, whatever we want, it is within us. It will be all qualities will be the perfume of our deeply who we are, essentially of that perfume. Okay, that is our Buddha nature is unconditional. It is timeless. Individually, we are living in time. This time, body, and mind is the expression of the timelessness. Timeless Dhamma. Actually, Buddha didn't praise Buddhism. Buddhism. Buddhi means intellect. It is Buddha's teaching, real Dhamma, timeless Dhamma. Here in the scripture, whatever we get, it is conceptual intellectualization. That is called Buddhism. Buddha preached the Dhamma, timeless Dhamma. But conceptually, it is expressed in different form and with different name. For what? To take us to our source again, to lead us our source, where it comes from, come from. This, the source realization is unconditional. It is we say metta, karuna, mudita, upekha. This is also division of oneness. This that unconditional nature, Buddha nature, is the source of love that we call metta, unconditional love, loving kindness, sympathetic joy, mudita, being happy, seeing the happiness of others. Because if we know our deeper essence, essentially who we are, then we don't differentiate from others. There is no other and me. That is one. Because of shared consciousness, awareness, Buddha nature. Formally, we are different. Formally, each form has unique beauty, but formlessly, qualitylessly is one. Formally, physically, we are different. Mentally, we are different. But essentially one. Oneness. From where we say all beings be happy. Otherwise, how can possible conceptually to say wish? We conceptually wish, but it will not work well. If we wish from the deeper dimension, from the oneness, then that's the real well-wishing. Because of realization of oneness. If we wish from the mind is separate. It is localization. Mind is localization of the infinity. Infinity means Buddha nature. From there, the Buddha's quality we see, Iti Pisu Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddha. Samma Sambuddha. Perfectly enlightened one. We say here, perfectly enlightened one is the representation, conceptual representation of the non-conceptual one. That non-conceptual one is single, invisible wholeness. Samma Ditti. We say Samma Ditti, insight. From there we say Samma Vacha, Samma Kamma, Samma Vyamam, like this. Ariyatangika Maggo. Samma is very important. Some totality, it has not come from the aspective, from the personality, from the individuality. It has come from some totality. Everything, everybody included here. Then, how can we know that? That I chanted before, Jayanto Bodhiya Mule. Since our childhood, all of you know, we are experiences everything. But mostly we don't know where we are depositing or accumulating that. We need no object, but ignore the timeless subject, the knowing one, knowing the knowing one, realizing the one who is realizing everything. Actually, there is no who, what is realizing all things, all experience. Knowing the experiencing one. That is the ultimate goal of human life. That's why we got the human body. It's very precious. If we know the preciousness, if we know who we are essentially, if we know what is the Buddha nature. The Buddha told, if someone knows the Dhamma, the timeless Dhamma, there are many ways, many formal Dhamma, conceptual Dhamma that take us to the deeper Dhamma, timeless, from time to timeless. Akalika Dhamma. The Akalika Dhamma is Sanditiko. We need to see ourselves. Ourself, not the sense of self, not the egoic self. In this conceptual round, when we learn something, we say me, I, and all others, I am subject, all others things are object. But from the deeper I, if we see, observe, conceptual subject and the object is two sides of the same coin. Using this concept, we know the non-conceptual one. If we know really that one, then life is very simple, very easy, and is peaceful. Happiness, joy, whatever we want is here and now. Only we have to be aware. Mostly people think that those who are identify the body and thought, especially thought, mental emotion, if you ask who are you, is everybody is they identify the body, attached to the body. I am not because I think. I am because I am aware. I am awareness. That may be the correct one. I am awareness. But awareness, that is not personal awareness. We personalize. We make aware ourselves the servant of our thought, servant of our karma. That's why we suffer and try to get rid of it. Try to get liberation from it, from the person, from the mind. If awareness aware to itself, only one thing we need to know. If consciousness conscious of itself, then that becomes the universal consciousness. The universal consciousness is the Buddha nature. The Buddha seat, we are potential of awakening. The Buddhas, everybody have the Buddha seat. We are the Buddha seat. Not have, we are the Buddha seat, but mostly unaware of it. So what we need to do? Awareness need to aware itself only. That is the ultimate goal of human, knowing by being what we are essentially. Then we can able to see in our real reality. It is one. Peaceful. Wherever you go, you are here and now. Here and now means not it is geographical location or in time. It is timelessness. It has not beginning and end. Buddha nature has no beginning and end. It has no boundary, no limitation. Nationality, race, color, mental boundary. There is no mental, any kind of psychological boundary, limitation. Gone beyond boundary, gone beyond limitation. That's why the Buddha's one title is Bhagavan, Bhagavatu. What gives us suffering? It is our karma. Our bound. When we are bound, we are limited. Then the free will, we say, is very limited. When you are free, knowing Buddha nature, then you are free to remain as free, also free to be bound again. But you are not stuck like before, stuck in individuality or in the bound. So what I feel, this is very, very important. What I pointed to with some words. Here we don't have too much information. I express some words indicating our deeper dimension. That dimension is the Buddha nature. If we know us essentially, then our life is free from suffering, end of suffering. And that dimension is the source of loving kindness, sympathetic joy, equanimity, compassion, whatever I say. We divided all this with the concept, but the source is one. Then this is not only for Buddhist. This knowing the Buddha nature, knowing the nature of our body mind is for all. Today, I don't like to take more time. I think this is enough. Not too much information, only indication for ending suffering. Go beyond dukkha. it says what we are conceptually, in the conceptual realm, what we are looking for, it is already we are, but unaware of it. That means we are already non-conceptually what we are looking for in the concept. In the journey of samsara, we are already in nirvana, boundless. We are already boundless now, here and now. But being unaware of it, we are looking that in the journey of samsara, in the cycle of birth and death. But we will never get it in the journey. We have to stop the journey. That's why it says, if you find the real Buddha nature, you have to vanish. What kind of talking is this? If I find the truth, I have to vanish. Means I have to vanish the I, what referred to thought, individual. Individual have to vanish to give rise the impersonal one, universal one.